Hey everyone, welcome to week 8 of the NCAA football season. We got a couple good games this week. Last week, not so good, 2-5. I blame myself for taking Georgia. I guess it was more superstition than anything, so it is what it is. So let's get started. We've got LSU going on the road to Mississippi. Mississippi's coming off a tough loss at home against A&M. Played well. Their defense is a little banged up, so I'm kind of worried about that. LSU played well at home against Florida. LSU's favored by 10 here. Obviously, we know LSU can score points. I believe Mississippi can too. The question will be, can they score enough to keep up with LSU? I think they will at home. So give me Mississippi to cover here. Next game, you've got Washington going on the road to Arizona State. Arizona State's favored by 3.5. One thing we've seen this year is Arizona State at home is a tough team to play, and even on the road. I mean, they had a really good game against Stanford. It was a late comeback, but they did, keep it within like 11 points. Washington, played really well at Stanford. Lost by 3. They went to at home against Oregon, lost by 21, but played well in that game. I think Washington's going to be banged up after 2 really tough games to go on the road here. I'm going to go Arizona State to cover 3.5. Next game, we've got UCLA going on the road to Stanford. Stanford's favored by 5 points. Last week Stanford going to Utah, losing by I think 8. Tough loss for them. I expect Stanford to come home and try and rebound from that game. 5 points, probably not enough for me to go with UCLA, even though my heart wants to. I'm taking Stanford to cover 5 at home. Next game, we've got Auburn going on the road, playing at Texas A&M. A&M's favored by 13.5. I look at Auburn, very underrated team this year. They're 5-1. They've kind of flown under the radar most of the season so far. They played LSU pretty well at home. I think they lost 35-21. I expect Auburn to be able to stay within 13.5 points at A&M, not because of the offense of A&M. Manziel's going to get his points. I'm more concerned about the defense of A&M. Last week, granted, I know it was against Western Carolina. Auburn put up 511 yards, I think it was. It's hard to rush for 500 yards in a game, but they did. So I expect them to be able to control the ball some, keep Manziel off the field, and stay within 13.5. The next game, probably the biggest game of the weekend, you've got Florida State favored by 3 going on the road to Clemson. I like Florida State. They're a very good team. Freshman quarterback has played really well this year. One of the better quarterbacks in the league. And my concern is going to Clemson at night, raucous crowd. I could see a mistake or two possibly. Taj Boyd, senior, at home, biggest game of probably the last 2 or 3 years for Clemson, outside the Carolina game. I like Clemson at home to be able to, they're getting 3 points, so give me Clemson here in this game. And then the last game I've got Florida going on the road. They're favored by 3 points at Missouri. Missouri with a big win last week against Georgia. Yeah, Georgia was banged up, understand, but they still played well. I like Missouri in this game. I wish Franklin was playing. I think that the point spread would probably be reversed, be Missouri by 3, but it's not. So Florida, great defense, one of the top defenses in the nation. The question mark becomes on their offense. Can they show the ability to run and control the ball, not make mistakes? And really it's going to fall on their offensive line to open the holes and protect the quarterback. I think LSU last week had 4 sacks of their quarterback Murphy. And the one thing we know about Missouri's defense, their defensive ends can get to the quarterback. E.J. Gaines not playing does hurt Missouri, but I like Missouri at home to not only cover but to win this game and to go to 7-0. So that's my picks for the week. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.